There we have it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand Rising, Rich Rising. Happy new day. Hey. How y'all doing this morning? Do me a favor. Go ahead and double tap on the screen as you are coming into the room this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get to it. Okay. Tabitha Brown, how you doing this morning? Good morning. Welcome to the live. Let's get everybody in. Double tap on that screen. What's going on with everybody? Sheila Davis, how you doing? Camo, good morning to you. Gigi, good morning. Friend Chetty, how you doing? Hey, get in here, y'all. We on day 4. We are on day 4 of the stages of transformation. And I know what, some of y'all like, man, this has been amazing. It really and truly has been. It's been an amazing journey thus far, man. Good morning. How you doing, Nicole? How you doing over there? Is it Gamma 009? How are you? Gigi McGross, how you doing? King, good morning to you. Pamela, good morning to you. LaShonda, I see you over there. John, good morning. John White, how are you? Danielle, Donna Walker is here this morning. Good morning. Grand Rising, Rich Rising. Sakome, appreciate you so much for the first badge of the morning. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's go ahead and start knocking out our morning goals so that we can get into this word. Y'all know we're talking the stages of transformation is what our conversation is about today, right? We've been talking all week long about how God takes us through this process before he actually gives us a promise, right? That he takes us through certain things and we have to go through those things to show that we are in fact committed, that we're committed, that, you know what I'm saying, that we can be trusted, because our trust is our favor is attached to that trust. Double tap on that screen. Let's get to it. Good morning, Kira. How you doing this morning? Y'all double tap on the screen. Let's get to it. Danielle, I appreciate that first 50 stars. Let's go. We need 150 more stars to make our 200 goal to start. Thank you, Gigi. So Gigi McGross over there. So far we got 7 up. We got 2 of the 10 badges already. We at 1.4. TikTok, we got to get up to 10K. So y'all double tap on that screen, get us to 10K. That's right. Hit that share button. We're going to be on everybody's For You page, right? We're going to be on everybody's For You page. Don't let nobody on your page miss this word that's going to happen on today. Don't let nobody this morning miss that word. We don't do no gatekeeping of the word over here, right? No gatekeeping of the word over here. One of the first things that we talked about on Monday, we talked about the exposure, how when we start going through things in life, how God will in fact expose us, right, to the true nature of everybody that's around us. He will let us see exactly who and what these people are before he starts to grow us in our relationship. Which you say, Coach, one of the first things that we talked about, which was on Monday, when we started in on the stages of transformation, I told you guys about exposure, right? Before God starts to elevate you, before he starts to take you to your next level in life, before God starts to put you in position, what will he do? He will expose you to the true nature of every single person that is around you. He will show you exactly who these people are. He will show you exactly who these people are. And the reason why this is happening is because he wants you to govern yourself accordingly, right? He says, hey, look, I want to know if I can trust you. And the only way that I can tell whether or not I can trust you, I have to do what? I have to test you. Let me see if I can, let me see if you're going to be faithful. Let me see if you're going to be committed. Let me see if you're really going to be locked in. Let me see real quick, right? So when you're going through these tests and you're going through these trials, the level of life, you're slowly going up on that level. Every single time you come into a trial, a tribulation, a dark hour, or what we call a dry season in your life, you expose to God and yourself your growth and development, right? Because you can pray right. You can have all the right words of prayer. You can know how to get up and jump up and shout and run up and down all the pews, and you can do all of that. That's performance if you don't believe in what's happening in that moment. If you're the type of person that got all this great words of prayer and all this other stuff going on, and as soon as some hell come to your life, then all of a sudden you forget the words of prayer. All of a sudden you forget that God God is good. Thank you so much, Takesha. All of a sudden you forget that you was just over there speaking in tongues, that you was just laid out in the flow, how you did all of that. But then when you get tested, all of a sudden you forget the strength of your God. You forget that he's all purposeful. You forget that he's all powerful. You forget that he's a healer. You forget that he's a deliverer. You forget that he's a way maker. You forget that he's a miracle worker. How in the world, when it was all this, you had all the praise in the world, but then as soon as, come on now, as soon as God starts, something started happening in your life, all that goes out the window. So wait a minute now, come on now. It's all out the window. I thought you, wait, hold up. I thought you was like, you know what I mean? Huh? This is why exposure matters so much. This is why exposure matters so much. Because there's a lot of people that have a form of godliness but deny the power thereof. There's a lot of people that surround you, as the church folk would call it. It's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing. Understand me. It's a lot of that fakeness, right? It's a lot of that fakeness. It's a lot of hooping and hollering, but ain't really living what they hooping and hollering. Understand me. Do all of that, but then turn right back around. After all of that, they forgot that they did all of that. This is why exposure is so important. He said to you, listen, I need for you to be all the way locked in. I have to expose to you the true nature of each and every one of these people, because I don't want you following something that ends up hurting you. I don't want you following something and that ends up damaging you. I don't want you getting connected to anything. Understand me. And when you get connected into that thing end up damaging you. That's not what I want for you. So I have to expose you to it. And once I expose you to it, now you know exactly what you need to do what? To protect yourself. Crystal, can you put the CA on Facebook for me, please? Can we talk about it? It's like, hey, look, I'm gonna put it out there for you. And once I put it out there for you, it's going to be left up to you to do what you need to do with it. I'm going to put it out there for you. And once I put it out there for you, it's going to be left up to you to do what you need to do with it. That's when it comes in when we're talking about our divine right of choice. God is going to expose you to everything that's around you. And after he's exposed you to everything that's around you and let you know exactly what it is that you're dealing with, in that moment, he's waiting on you to make a decision to say, I choose you. And that moment, he's waiting on what? He's waiting on you to make that decision and say, I know what it looks like. I know this is my favorite one and I enjoy them, and this is my favorite job, and this is my favorite this and my favorite that and my whoop de whoop. He said, but yeah, I've showed you what the outcome of that. So what he's waiting on, he's waiting on you to choose him over all of that. Will you choose me over your favorite? Will you put me before that thing that you love more than anything? I'm going to show you what that can do, but I'm going to also show you what I can do. I'm going to give you divine insight. Understand me. So do you want this or do you want that? This is why we have to go through the stage of exposure, right? So that we can see what's for us and what's not for us. That's the importance of the stage of exposure. That's the same thing that Jesus did to the lady at the well. I know those of you who've been with me for a while, that's the first thing that went to y'all mind, right? When this is what happened when he was over there, right? At the well, when he at the well, he tell the lady, hey, look, I'm not saying that if you drink from Jacob's well, that it's not going to quench your thirst. It will, in fact, quench your thirst. But drinking from Jacob's well will make you, you will be thirsty again, right? You will quench your thirst, but it's going to be temporary. It will do what it needs to do in your life, but it'll be a temporary thing. It will satisfy you temporary. But what I'm trying to give you, right? So he's always going to give you a divine right of choice. He's letting you know, hey, this is what they're offering you, right? This is what they're offering you, but this is what I have for you. So you can take what the world have and understand that if you take what the world have, it is going to be temporary. It's going to make you happy for that moment, right? It's going to give you joy for that moment. You're going to jump around and it's going to be all of this for that moment. But if you drink from mine, right? If you drink from mine, then this is going to be a river ever flowing. There's no end to what I got for you. He had to expose to her the truth about the water. He had to expose her to the truth about the water. I'm not saying why, because we know the enemy's job is to twist the truth. Oh, water is water. You could just go over there and drink that and you gonna be, yeah, that's his job, is to deceive you. To make you think that, oh yeah, it ain't gonna matter. Just go over there and do that. Go ahead and do it anyway, right? You'll get grace for that. You'll be forgiven for that. You know what I'm saying? If he compassionate for real, then go on over there and do it. So you go over there because, see, the enemy cannot destroy you without your participation. And because the enemy needs you to sign off on your permission slip for him to decide to destroy your life, right? He has to trick you into doing it. He can't do it himself. He needs your participation. The enemy cannot destroy you without your participation. Understand me? So this is why he works so hard to deceive you. This is why he works so hard to distract you. This is why he works so hard to keep you ignorant. Understand me? This is why he works so hard at that. And it's also the reason why God works so hard with trying to inform you when he says, hey, look, seek wisdom. And when you seek that wisdom, I'm going to give it to you in a generous amount. Understand me? He wants you to be wise. He wants you to be way beyond your time. He wants you to have insight, profound insight at that. He wants you to be fully aware. Thank you, Krista, for the CA. He wants you to be fully aware of the enemy and the enemy's vices. Understand me? He wants you to be knowledgeable and on your P's and Q's. So whenever the enemy comes and wave his head in whatever form, let's just, hey, I already told y'all this, how we give it up over here, in whatever form, because the enemy is not going to come looking like he don't belong there. So whenever the enemy comes in whatever form that he's coming in, he wants you to be able to identify that enemy. Understand me? Because the enemy is going to come in many different forms, right? Everything that we do is spiritual. Sometimes it's in the form of a text message. Sometimes it's in the form of an email. Sometimes it's in the form of the husband, the form of the wife, a form of the children. Understand me? It comes in many different forms, and you have to be prepared for that. When that form comes, you have to be aware. You have to know it. You have to see it and go ahead and nip that right there, that rebuke button right there in the bud. You have to take care of it right then and there. But if you're not aware, then you'll fall for the trick. If you're not aware, you'll fall for the trick, and you'll fall for that trick every single time. If you're not aware, sometimes when that email come, that text message come, that phone call come, whatever, when it comes like how it comes, what? Pray first. God before everything. Pray first. Go right into that, like, you know what I mean? I want to pray for my response, because I don't want to say nothing that's going to be out of line. I'm going to pray right now, and what I'm praying for is that, yeah, sometimes, you know, because when you go to God, sometimes you'll realize you're not supposed to say nothing at all. Hello, somebody, yeah. Once you start working with that spirit of discernment, you're going to learn quick, fast, in a hurry. What? That sometimes you're not supposed to act at all. You're not supposed to say nothing. You're not supposed to do nothing. You're supposed to leave it right there where it's at. That's it. That's all. So when the rubber hits the road and everybody's like, well, what did you say? I didn't say anything. What did you do? I didn't do anything. And then they look at you and they say, well, thank you so much for practicing great self-control. Because, girl, if that would have been me, and guess what just happened in that moment? The respect level that they just had for you, it just skyrocketed through the roof, because they're looking at you and they're seeing something in you that they don't even see in themselves. They will look at you and say, wow, that's great self-control. Ain't no way I would have let somebody, oh, come on, double tap on the screen. Somebody is saying, oh, that's me. Wait a minute. Like, yeah, you don't have to always respond. You don't have to always respond. You don't have to always give them your attention. You don't have to always give them your energy. I need you guys to always keep that in the front part of your mind. You don't, because sometimes you not responding and not acting on what it is that you feel is more powerful than any email that you could have formulated to go back, better than any text message that you could have sent back. You, by not saying anything at all and moving right on, it's like, yo, if you send me something and I see what you sent, I'm going to determine in that moment through prayer if it's worthy of a response or not. Because one thing I don't like doing is, if you've already sent me a full email about what you think and what you feel, or a text message about what you think and what you feel, and I can tell that you are already set on that, then I'm going to let you sit right there in that. Hello, yeah. I'm not in the business. I'm not in the business of trying to convince people that are already convinced. That's not my job. That's not my assignment, sweetheart. If you've already made up your mind that that's what it is, then stand on that. If you've already made up your mind that that's what it is and that's what you feel and that's how you move it, baby, I'm the wrong one to try to play those mind games with. I don't do manipulation. Understand me. I don't do gaslighting. I don't do projection. Understand me. And I don't do pity parties and whatnot. So you can paint a whole big sad story all you want to and go through all of that stuff and, oh, where's this and that? Oh, baby, yeah, you're going to be real thoroughly mad. I'm talking about thoroughly mad. I'm talking about mad through and through and through, messing with somebody like me. Because the first thing that I'm going to say is stand on how you feel. If you feel like that, stand on how you feel and go do something about what it is that you feel. Understand me? Because once you have already said that you're convinced of something, once I see that that's how you feel, that's how you, come on, cuz, then I'm not finna waste my time over there talking about, but I do love you. And oh yeah, but I do want this to work. And oh yeah, but it's not this. If that's how you feel, move on what it is that you feel. Because if you think that I'm about to sit over here for 4-5 hours every other day trying to tell you something otherwise, trying to make you see that I love you, make you see I want this, and make you see this and that, baby, I'm not about to wear myself out with that. You're gonna have to go over there and deal with your unhealed trauma. Because when that happens, that's all that I see all over you. I see unhealed trauma. I see insecurities. I see past relationship issues. I see mama, daddy issues. I see, yeah. That's not my stuff to fix. Understand me? You're going to have to go back over there because I'm not bringing you constant reassurance. That's too draining. That's too much going on right there. After I already told you what it is, it's either you believe it or you don't. It's either we together or we not. It's either we going to do it or we ain't. But one thing for sure, two things for certain is what? I'm not about to stop my life, slow up my life, or pause my life to constantly come over there to try to tell, well, it ain't there, and I want to, and no, wrong one. Find somebody else, get somebody else to do it, baby. Get somebody else to do it. Exposure. When you start to operate with that spirit, when you start to operate with Christ conscious, right? He's going to start to expose you to the true nature of things. A part of him exposing you to the true nature of things is he would show you the true nature of these people. So you can see when people see that you are a gentle person, a loving person, a kind person, when you are that type of person that is emotionally driven, especially, you have to be careful of these type of things because people will toy with your emotions. They will see that you are an emotional person, a loving person, a kind person, and they will take advantage of your loving kindness. Understand me? They will come over there because they know that you are the type of person that sympathizes with their pain, and they'll bring their pain to you and they'll dump their pain on you because they know that you're so loving. What they'll want is for you to take on their pain. They want you to take responsibility for their pain. They want you to help them with their pain. Understand me? And because we have developed this mindset of being a fixer for everybody, you get out here and you start acting like Olivia Pope, right? And your life becomes a whole big scandal. You got stuff over here, you got stuff over there, you got stuff up there, and you find yourself running around every day. That's mentally, that's physically, that's emotionally, right? Right there. Yeah, I'm talking about in every which way. You find yourself over here trying to fix this, to fix that, to fix that, to fix this, and you become a big, huge mess. That's why exposure is so important. Because you get to see what to take on and what not. God is not going to have you ignorant. Exposure is important because he shows you exactly what it is that you're dealing with, so you know exactly what to accept and what to reject. He shows you exactly what to accept, and then he also shows you exactly what you need to reject. But one thing about God is he's not a wheel-breaking God. So even though he puts it all out on the table, he put it all on the table, and then he leaves you to pick up whatever cup it is that you're going to be drinking from. He puts it all out there on the table. You're exposed to the unsaturated, unwatered down truth. And now you get to make a decision as to what you're going to do with that truth that he just exposed you to. Whether that, and when I talk, I'm saying that's in a relationship. He does the same thing in families as well. He'll show you that the family members, family ain't really family no more. And he'll show you that. He'll show you that just because you love them and you want the best for them, that baby, listen, they don't feel that same way for you. They are jealous of you. They're envious of you. They look at you as a competition. They look at with you and they have their face balled up. They'll never support you. They'll support everybody around you, but just not you. And he's saying, hey, what are you going to do about this? Are you going to continue to sit and cry about the non-support that you're getting from your family? Or are you going to get out here to all these strangers that I got over here for you that's ready to love you, that's ready to embrace you, that's ready to build family, that's ready to build community, that's ready to build a tribe with you? Or are you going to keep on talking about that same old brokenness? Why you want to be connected to a group of folk that's broken anyway? All you got is generational curses after curses after curses, and you over there running after the curse. Baby, I freed you from that. I exposed you to the truth of that. So why is it now that you want to be attached to that so bad? Understand me, if you see that it wasn't good to you and wasn't good for you, why in the world you still running after it? Snip, snip. You have to practice the art of detachment, and you can't have favoritism with it, baby. Understand me. Yeah, y'all might be family, and y'all might been all of this growing up, but baby, when you come to a place in your life where you understand what real family really and truly is, now you owe it to yourself and the children that come from you to behave differently. This is what exposure does. And it's the same thing in your friend groups as well. When you see that you are more friends to them than they are to you, when you see you show up for them, they don't show up for you. You support them, but they don't support you. When you see that those relationships are not reciprocal relationships, it's on the table. He's saying, what are you going to do about that? Are you going to continue to be friends with people that ain't friends with you? You're going to continue to lay it all out there and go from zero to prison for folk that won't do it for you? You're going to continue to do that? Because when God shows you, when he exposes you to these things, he gives you a divine right of choice. He lets you see, this is what I have to offer. And this is the growth. This is the elevation. This is the promise that comes with this. But I got old familiar over here for you as well. So if you still operating out of fear and stress and anxiety, and you still really want to be in your comfort zone, guess what the enemy got? God is saying, I got all of this, and the enemy said, I got this. And you know you're comfortable with this. You know doing this going to be easy because you always done it. At least you know what you've been dealing with. I mean, it ain't nothing brand new. And most people, they run after the familiar because of those reasons. And then they wonder why their life is still on a downward spiral. They run after the familiar and then wonder why their life is on a downward spiral, going absolutely nowhere fast. Well, you went with what was familiar, and you already knew what that familiar had to offer to you. You knew what it was going to be like going into that abusive relationship again. You knew what it was going to be like going back into that broken family again. You knew exactly what you were dealing with when you went into that job that already have exposed itself to you again. When you go back into these situations, thank you so much. Is it Jar? Jar is G-A-R-A. Appreciate that, C-A. I appreciate you, love. You know exactly what you're dealing with. God is going to always make sure that you are wise, that you know exactly what's going on. It be us that be playing slow. It be us that be playing like we don't know. He like, oh no, you know. And guess what? And you're going to suffer the consequences of it too. I want you to know you're going to suffer the consequences of it too. Because once I done expose it to you and I let you know what you're dealing with, oh baby, yeah, whatever come from that, you might as well get prepared to deal with that. What can Michelle say? You gonna cry. You gonna pay for it in tears. Oh baby, yeah, you gonna cry. Get prepared to cry. Go get you some Kleenex, baby, because that's exactly what you're gonna be over there doing. You're gonna have to let them tears fall. That's what's going to happen every single time. You're gonna have to suffer the consequences of your actions, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. You're going to have to deal with it. Understand me? So it's crazy to know that somebody is not good for you, but then you still over there in their face. To know a situation is not good for you, but you still going over there outside of your way to be attached to that situation. At one point or another, you have to understand that you too matter. You matter, and you deserve to have healthy relationships all the way around the board, healthy friendships. Understand me? You should be at a place in your life where you are prioritizing who you are and what you are, and loving you enough to let folk know that I'm not going to let you play with me. I'm not going to let you walk all over me. I'm not going to let you treat me poorly. I'm not going to settle for for less than what I know that is God's best. Understand me, because I know that he wants the best for me. And even if I gotta be by myself for a while to get into the position of receive my best, then that's exactly what I am willing to do. That takes us into isolation. Because the moment that we start operating with Christ conscious, first is the exposure. He exposed you to everything that surrounds you. And 99.98% of the time, what happened? When God started exposing you, when you're real serious about your journey, listen to me real quick. When you're real serious about your journey and God started exposing folk to you, and you just like that, I'm talking skinny minute, you start cutting folk off left and right. If you know that you experienced that, you're like, Coach, oh my God, that was me. If that was you when you started on your spiritual journey and you had all these friends, I'm talking about at the start, you had all these friends, people you would go out with, people you would hang with, do all of this, and y'all would just party, have y'all a good old time on a regular basis. You had a whole crew, a whole group of folks, right, that you would hang out with, you would party with. But the moment that you start getting serious about your growth and development, and you start fasting, and you started praying, and you start studying them books, and you done went and got you a therapist, you got you a coach, and now you're working on yourself for really serious about working on yourself, you turned around once you got exposed to everybody that was around you. Now you got probably like 3 or 4 people that you actually talk to on a regular basis. Who is that? Who is that? Double tap on the screen. Yeah, double tap on the screen if you like. I went through that, Coach, and I promise you it was like a Rico. It was a spiritual Rico. A spiritual Rico happened in my life. I prayed the prayer and I said, God, remove anybody that is not really for me. I said, remove anybody that have ill will towards me, that are in secret competition with me. Anybody that you know don't have my best interest at hand. You know what I'm saying? Expose them to me, remove them from me, get them up out my life. And I promise you, all of a sudden, I ain't talked to folk that I've been talking to, used to talk to every single day. Now we don't talk at all. I'm talking, we were going to brunch every Saturday. I can't remember the last time we linked up to go to brunch. I'm talking about folk I thought that I could not live without. Now I'm over here breathing in and out like a bear. Understand me, sleeping peacefully without them. Do you hear me snoring, slobbering, and everything else? And I was over here thinking I couldn't live without them, thinking I couldn't be without them, or none of that. And now here I am living my very best life. This is what happens when you're really sincere about your growth and your development. This is what happens when you really say, I'm really going to do this right here, right? Then you start finding yourself losing taste for a bunch of folk. You don't need all them folks smiling in your face. You don't need all them folk all in your way. You are really stepping back and stepping away from everything and everybody, and you don't feel no type of way about it. It ain't no feelings of regret or guilt. You'll start stopping back. I'm talking about stages of isolation. The stages of isolation. This is what happens when you are in a spiritual isolation. This is stage number 2, isolation, right? Yes, exposure was 1, isolation is 2. So now when you get over there, before when you would cut people off or you would walk away from folk, you would feel guilty. You would feel guilty. You would feel regretful. You would feel like, maybe I didn't, start questioning yourself. Maybe I ain't have to do it like that. Maybe I shouldn't have said it like that. Maybe it wasn't this. Maybe it wasn't that. And the truth of the matter is, when you start being pulled into that spiritual isolation, you will notice that instead of you feeling those feelings of regret and guilt for walking away from those people, right? And now all of a sudden you feel a sense of peace. Oh, where you at? Double tap on the screen. What you say, Coach? All of a sudden you start to feel a sense of peace. You're like, man, I don't know what's going on in my life, but Coach, but the thing about it is, I used to, when I walk away from people, I would feel guilty because I felt like I was abandoning them, that I was doing to them what people had did to me, that I was leaving them, and I knew that they needed me, and I was walking away from them, and I know that they couldn't do it without me because they needed my love, they needed my support, and I knew that they was going through. So I had developed a false sense of responsibility to these people. And guess what happened? The more that you start growing, the more that you start evolving, the more that you start getting in alliance with God, He will start to show you that you are not responsible for other folks' behavior. You're not responsible for other folks' life. Understand me. He says, no. This is a you journey right here, sweetheart. Understand me. And I have to expose you to who these people really are, because I need you to be in alignment with folk. Understand me. I need people in your life that's going to support your assignment. That's what I need. I need your eyes on the prize, on the mark of the high calling. This is what I need. And I don't need you connected to nothing or nobody that's going to be a distraction. Understand me. That's going to be a stumbling block for you. That's going to be a ditch and whatnot for you. I don't need them type of folks around you. I need you to be locked in. I need you to have your blinders blinders on. I need you to be super focused. I need you to be talking to people that's pouring into you. I need you to be surrounded by folk that's holding you accountable. I need you to be interacting with folk that's not afraid to tell you the truth about who you are and what you are and what you're doing to correct you, even when it looks like you're about to step out and go the wrong way. Listen, this matters. So it used to hurt, but now it's a peace. And that peace is confusing to you because you've never experienced peace before. Now it's a peace. Good morning, Michelle. How you doing, sweetheart? But that peace is somewhat confusing to you because you've never experienced that peace before. And I want to tell you this morning, relax in that. Relax in that. Absorb all of that peace. God never told us that we was going to understand the peace. He said that we wouldn't understand the peace. That's a note for some people right there. Double tap on the screen. Stop trying to understand your peace, right? That's driving some of y'all out y'all mind. Y'all like, I just don't know, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm depressed because I don't want to be around people and I just be in my house chilling and reading my books and just enjoying my time and all of this. And I'm like, well, that sounds like peace, not depression, baby. What are you talking about? Talking about what everybody say because I don't want to be around people, then maybe I'm depressed. Stop listening to folk. Get them folk up out of your ear. Understand me before you allow that what they're saying to take root in your heart. You are not depressed. You're just at peace. You're learning how to value your own time. You're enjoying your own company. You're enjoying the time spending dissecting your scriptures and becoming one with Christ. Just because you don't want to deal with a bunch of folk on a regular basis, smiling and grinning up in folk face all the time doesn't mean that you're depressed. Baby, you're just enjoying your peace. Understand me. Stop letting folk just dump that all over you. Stop taking on stuff that don't belong to you. Hello, somebody stop picking up what everybody put down. Man, no. Learn how to hit that red spiritual button, that button of rebuke. Baby, I rebuke that. Don't speak that over my life. Don't come over here dropping them negative seeds in my life. Understand me. Don't come planting that around here. I'm not depressed about nothing. I just like being by myself. It's no drama over here. It's no discord over here. It's no he say, she say over here. Over here, it's peaceful, baby. That's it. That's all. I am addicted to peace. Period. But you don't understand the peace because you never had the peace. And God told us, listen, the peace that I'm going to give you it's going to surpass your understanding. Come on. He says, the peace that I'm going to give you is going to surpass your understanding. The reason why most of the time we don't understand our peace is because we've never experienced peace on this level before. We've never experienced it on this level before. We've never had the level of peace. When we start operating with Christ conscious and becoming in alliance with the Most High God, you ain't never known peace until you're losing somebody that you love more than anything and your heart is at peace. You've never experienced losing a job that you've been on for 20 some odd years and never got a write-up, never been suspended, never had an issue at all, but they just come and tell you that you gotta go and you walk away in peace. You never know this peace until you've been married to them and y'all done raised kids together, got a whole white picket fence and 2 dogs out there, and they wake up and decide that I don't want to love you anymore, that I don't want to do this anymore, and then all of a sudden you walk away from that marriage in that relationship that you thought that y'all would be there together with, and now all of a sudden you walk away and you live in your life at peace. Understand me, the biggest smile on your face, traveling the world, enjoying the world. You ain't no peace until, understand me, the doctor come into the room and give you a report that you wasn't even expecting. Why? Because I didn't even feel like nothing was going on. I thought I was in tip-top shape. I walked in here and now I walked in here and this is the report that they didn't gave me, and they give you the report and they're trying to understand why you don't have tears flowing. They're trying to understand why it didn't make you have no nervous breakdown. They had brought in the support system and everybody because they just knew that when they said that to you, that you was going to crumble, that you was going to fall, but you did the total opposite. This is what his peace does for us. They came in, they gave you the information, and you said right then and there, but I know a healer. Understand me. Oh, God, I thank you. He says, but I know a healer. I know what you say. I know what the reports say. I'm looking at the scan right there with you, but I know a healer. I'm talking real peace. I'm talking real peace. He says, the peace that I got is going to surpass your understanding. You're not going to understand how this peace that I'm going to give you, you ain't going to understand how this thing going to work. Understand me. You can be sitting in the pits of hell, but if you got my peace surrounding you, understand me, you will be walking and praising and shouting just like Shadrach now. Understand me, not a hair on your head will be singed, no smoke in your clothes. Do you hear me? You will be in there and I will be shielding you. I will be protecting you. I'm talking about real peace. And most of us don't experience real peace. That's why we're always stressed out. That's why we always walking around looking like a 13-year-old boy going through puberty. Skin, bag, hair everywhere. Yeah, I'm talking about a hoodie. Oh yeah, come on now. Let's be real. Because we never experienced that peace. But the reason why we never experienced that peace, the reason why we never experienced that is because we fail when it comes to getting in alliance with God. We fail at that because the moment that things start happening in our life, even though we see all the perks of everything that he's going to do in our life, we run back to that familiar. Every single time that we see the perks of everything that God got for us, the soon as something happens that throws us off course, whether it's that job, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, a doctor report, or anything like that, the first thing that we do when we on our way up is when the one little thing happened, one inconvenience happened, we fly on back down, right back down here to old familiar, old comfort. And I've told you, chosen family, over and over again, your comfort zone, it is designed to finesse you. Comfort zone is nothing but self-sabotaging. That's it. That's all. That comfort zone is doing nothing but finessing you. It's a disguise for self-sabotaging. That's what that is. Hear me. Double tap on my screen. Send me some love. I want y'all to hit that share button. I want to make sure that everybody understands this. Stop running after that comfort zone. Stop running to that comfort zone. It's a disguise. You being bamboozled. You being hoodwinked. You being finessed. Understand me. That is the biggest trick of the enemy. The biggest trick of the enemy is to get you guys to run after comfort. The biggest trick of the enemy is to get you guys to run after comfort. The biggest trick of the enemy is to get you guys to run after comfort. Put it in red ink inside of your notes. Stop always running after that comfort, because that comfort zone is nothing but a disguise for self-sabotaging. That's it. That's all that you're going to do. Understand me. You already know what that life has for you. You've been living it. You know that there's no growth there. There's no development there. There's no elevation there. And if it was, you would have never left. You left it because it was not good for you. You parted ways with it because it was not good for you. And you realize that. Why do you think going back to that is going to change it? It's not. It's not. It's like leaving an abusive relationship and going back. It's just like, that's what it's like when you're doing it to yourself. It's like leaving an abusive relationship. Pay attention to me. Pay attention to what I'm about to say to you. Double tap on my screen. Can I get 5 badges on IG? Facebook, can we get 200 stars? Double tap on the screen. Get us up to 75K TikTok. Double tap on the screen. I want to say this to you. It's like going back to an abusive relationship. A relationship where they was just yelling and screaming at you at first. It was just verbal. Just yelling and screaming at you at first, right? It was just verbal. And so you left. You left. Because you don't like the yelling and screaming. You don't like how it makes you feel. You don't like the way that it makes the hairs on your skin stand up. You feel very little when they do that. When they yell and scream and talk at you that way, it makes you feel less than. It makes you feel like wait a minute, like you're fearful, right? Because I don't know what you're capable of. I don't know what you will really do with all of that. I want you to see this. See this how I'm saying it to you, right? See this how I'm saying this to you. Understand me, using your imagination. I want you to envision you. Envision you. Now, you leave that because of how it made you feel. But once you got out of it, right, and now you back living your life and you happy, happy, joy, joy, right? What is the enemy going to do? The enemy is going to come, and he's going to come and say, hey, you know what? Well, you know, I went and got therapy. I'm working on myself, and I want you to do this and that, and I promise I ain't going to talk to you like that again, and I've been doing this and I've been doing that, whoop, whoop, all this different stuff, right? Okay. Nobody is saying that you shouldn't go get therapy. Nobody is saying that you shouldn't seek help. But what I'm saying is, this was a problem before you came over here to me. You can't use therapy to manipulate nobody like me. I want you to understand, you going to therapy, you should have did that before you hurt me. Don't wait till you hurt me to then decide that you want to go to therapy. Baby, the devil is a lie. I want you to say, I am not that understanding. I don't care. I don't care. Judge me all you want to, baby, but I'm not. Hey, I'm just telling, I believe in being transparent. I believe in being transparent. Don't use therapy to try to manipulate me. That stuff don't work. I'm telling y'all, that stuff don't work on me. Don't use therapy to try to control me or to try to lure me back into anything. I want the therapy to work out for you. I want you to get the breakthrough that you need, but that's going to be for you and whoever else you go and date. Because once I part ways, when I come up off of you, I'm off of you, baby. Understand me? When I let it go all the way. That's it. That's all. Ain't no reconnects over here. I don't do the reconnects. So I go on about my business. But what happens is when you allow that to happen and you allow them to reel you back in, right? Now they know exactly what to do and what to say to keep you right there in that place. And anybody who've ever been in an abusive relationship, it always started out with the yelling and the screaming. And it's almost like the manipulator knows, the abuser, they know that you're going to leave. So you will leave. But they also know that you're a kind person, a loving person. And majority of them have studied you enough to know that you want a relationship and you want a familyship. And they know how important this is to you. So what they do is they dangle that in your face and they make you think that you are so wrong for leaving and all I did was yell and I can control that and I can fix this and I can fix that. And then what happens? And then you go back. But see, when you go back, you don't realize that they lost respect for you because you came back. What you say, Coach? What you don't realize is that when you go back, they lose respect for you when you come back. Understand me? They lose the respect for you. See, a narcissistic individual, a manipulator, or abuser, they've already studied you way before they actually connected with you. I want you to know that these people seek you out like vultures. Understand me? Like vultures. This is how they act, right? So they already know that there's a possibility that you're going to leave. But when you leave, if they get you to come back, then they look at it and say, oh yeah, I got you wrapped around my finger. I got you right there in my pocket. I got you right there where I want you. So I know exactly what to say and exactly what to do to make you hop, skip, and jump. I know exactly how to make this do this. And then guess what you're going to do? You're going to feel obligated. You're going to feel hurt. You're going to feel like you did me wrong. And they come into your life and they spit this game. This game is so powerful that it makes you question who you are. Did I overreact? Did I do something wrong? Did I play a part in this? And am I this, that, and the third? And then before you know it, you do what? You are up here and you're growing and you're evolving and you living your best life. And because they played that mind game, the way that they played that mind game so strong on you, now they got you questioning everything about you and you thinking that you contributed to it and you think that you're the reason why they birthed their heart the way that they did and they did this and they did that to you. So now what do? You try to go back and fix something that they have manipulated you into thinking that you caused. Would you say, Coach, now because you have to understand the power of manipulation. Now you're going back to fix something that they manipulated you into thinking that you caused. See, majority of the time when people are being abused, they don't go back because of the other person. They're going back because the other person have manipulated them into thinking that they contributed to what happened to them. So in their mind, because they're such a good person, they feel like, let me go fix my mistake. Let me go fix my mistake. Because if I'm the reason why you did that, let me go fix me. But what you don't understand is, and I don't know why God got us going down this road today, but what you don't understand is, when you're in the abusive relationship and you fix that thing that you went back to fix, then that person will find another thing. And they'll find another thing. And they'll find another thing. And they will always be finding things wrong with you. They'll always be finding something wrong with you that you need to fix. And you will find yourself fixing you, and always doing this about you, changing that about you. You'll be over there going all over your place, and you will start to see so many things wrong with you that you will not see anything that is right. So before you know it, if you're the person that only see all the wrong things about you and you never see any of the right, then what happens? Then you devalue yourself. Then you start looking at yourself and saying, I'm not worthy, that I'm not good enough. Understand me, that I'm not deserving of love, that I'm a big old mess, that, oh my God, understand me, it's me. The problem is me. I don't know what to do. And then that's when I say to you guys, you will find yourself in that situation where you're looking at yourself because you've done so much fixing on you for that manipulator, for that abuser, for that narcissistic individual in your life, because you've twisted yourself so much, changed yourself so much, you've shape-shifted yourself so much. You was big and now you're little, then you went little and you was too little, and then you had to get big again and now you're too big, and you did all of this so much on yourself that you don't know what to do. You're standing in the mirror and you don't even know how to identify you. You don't know who you are anymore. You don't know what you want to do anymore. You're completely lost. And guess what happens when you become that person? Guess what happens when you become that person? Now you're that person that is what? Codependent on them, because you're so lost in your own life. You're so lost in what it is that you think that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, that you don't think to make the right choices, so you don't trust yourself. So now you become codependent on them. You wait on them to tell you everything about you. You wait on them to approve everything about you. You wait on them to give you the green light before you do anything that is concerning you. And this is how them 6 months turn into a year, and that year turn into 5 years, and that 5 year turn into 10, 15, and 20. And you're trying to figure out how can somebody be in an abusive relationship and be in it for that long of a time. Baby, this is a mind game. And the mind is powerful. And when someone gets into your mind and they play on your mind that way, it takes time to unravel, to process, to detangle that web that they've woven inside of your mind, that has made its way into your heart, that is toying with your emotions. It takes time. And this is why exposure matters. This is why spiritual isolation matters. This is why these things matter on your journey of growth and development, because if not, you will behave that same exact way. God will free you, and because of you will go back, and when you go back, you're thinking that it's going to be bigger and it's going to be better, not realizing that you going back just made it 10 times worse. You thought when you went back that it was going to be bigger and better, and you had no idea that you going back was going to make it 10 times worse. Why? Because they just lost all respect for you, because they treated you that way and you left, but you showed them your weakness by coming back. Yeah, you feel me? So it's saying, hey, look, God is always going to put it on the table, on the floor. He's going to expose you to the truth. He's going to expose you to the lie. And he's going to let you decide which one you're going to take. Same way the lady at the well. You can drink from Jacob's or you can drink from mine. There's no forcing it behind it. But the truth of the matter is, if you drink from Jacob's well, you will be thirsty again. If you go back into that situation that got you down bad, if you go back into that environment that got you down bad, you will hurt again. You will cry again. You will go back through what you've been going through again. But if you drink from mine, you will never be thirsty again. You will never hurt that way again, is what he's saying to each and every one of you. And I don't know who this is for this morning, like I said, because abusive relationships is not even a part of what we were talking about. But I want to say to anybody who's dealing with that right now, choose you. Choose to be free. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to be seen, valued, and heard in any relationship, friendship, familyship, whatever. And if that's not what you're getting, I want you to choose you. I want you to choose you, and I want you to leave before there's any serious damage coming to you. And I know sometimes it's hard walking away when you have children and you feel like, I don't want to break up my family. I don't want to do this with the kids and all of this different stuff. But your children deserve, understand me, they deserve a healthy environment. And sometimes we think staying in that relationship, we're staying for those kids. Them kids been ready to go. They've been ready to get out of that. They are tired of holding a pillow over their head to try to drown out all of the fussing and the fighting. They're tired of seeing you being disrespected. They're tired of seeing you guys go at each other on a regular basis. They deserve an environment that is filled of love and full of peace. Understand me, you do more damage to them by keeping them in that environment than you will ever do by removing them from it. Matter of fact, when you leave those type of environments, what you teach your sons and what you teach your daughters is that you teach them to walk away from anything and anybody that do not respect them. You're teaching them to value who they are. You're teaching them what boundaries really look like. Understand me, that boundaries sometimes mean that you have to walk away from daddy or you have to separate from mama because you're not going to be disrespected. Understand me, that you're not going to be talked to anyway. And you instill those values in them as children. So when they go out into this world, they let the world know you're not going to play with me. You might can do them like that. You might can treat them like that. But when it come down to me, I learned this here from my mama. I will walk away from you and still love you. I will walk away from you and I will struggle and still not come back over there to smile and grin in your house. Understand me, you can have a house, I'll be in a car before I let you walk me like a dog, before I let you destroy me at my core. Understand me, I will get out and I will make it happen before I beg, before I chase, before I run after a soul. Understand me, I will get up out of here. I need you to know it. I need you to know it. That's how powerful that it really and truly is. Father God, it's in the mighty name of Jesus that we come in the humblest manner that we know how, God. We thank and we praise you for all that you are. But anybody that is struggling right now with just simply leaving, with seeing their self-worth, with seeing what it is that these people are doing to them, we ask that you continue to unfold to them the truth, God, so that they can see the enemy's vices, so they can see what the enemy is doing, so that they can govern themselves accordingly, God. We ask that you give them the strength, that you give them the perseverance that they need to be able to walk out of these situations, God, to be able to part ways in peace, God, to bow out gracefully, God, respect still intact. God, give them what they need. Protect them from the tops of their heads to the soles of their feet. God, let no hurt, harm, or danger come upon them, God, but let them part ways and do it peacefully. In Jesus' mighty name we do pray. Amen, amen, and amen again. Yeah, just whoever is for. Whoever is for, you deserve to be loved and loved correctly. You deserve to be respected, right? I know we all the way out the door. That wasn't in our cards for this morning, but somehow well, I'm glad that I'm glad we were able to give it. Thank you, Shay. Thank you so much. It's a Danielle, Nicole. I appreciate y'all. Let's just double tap on the screen real quick. Double tap on the screen. Let's see some love going on all three platforms. Double tap on the screen. What we're talking about is this. We're supposed to be talking about exposure. Yes, Tara, very much outside. Supposed to be talking about exposure, right? So that's what we're gonna go ahead and get into that, man. It's one of those things that happen. It's one of those things that happen. Thank you so much, Miss Brown. I appreciate you, Gigi, as well. Double tap on the screen, Kalia Morgan. I appreciate you. Facebook. Can we get up to 1,000? We at 681. We at 681. Let's get up to 1,000, man. Y'all double tap on the screen for me real quick. Thank you so much, Amanda Andrews. Neek, I appreciate you. Thank y'all so much, man. I see y'all going. Y'all at 120.9. Y'all are not playing no games this morning. Thank you so much, Bessie. I appreciate you, love. Ah, man, she said, how you be knowing I don't be? That's the thing. That's why I'm telling y'all. I'm just asking y'all to show love right now, because I'm at a place right now where it's just, I'm just trying to get my mind back into this right here. Like, I mean, we was out there. You know, I show up and I have my notes of what I'm going to talk about, and then sometimes it just doesn't happen, you know. But again, these God's people, not mine. I have to give y'all what He give me. So I had to give y'all what He give me. So we just ended up out there. I got my notes in front of me. We supposed to be on number 4. We're actually on number 4 in isolation. That's what we supposed to be talking about right now. That's what we're supposed to be talking about right now. But hey, we got to let God do what He's going to do. And I just want to tell you guys, you know what I'm saying, anybody that's going through whatever, like, just know that you are loved. You are loved and you do matter. You are loved and you do matter. You do matter. And that worth, that self-worth that you need, it's down in there, sis. It's down in there, I promise you. It's in there. Even with some of my guys, I know you guys are struggling sometimes with this as well. I want you to know, thank you so much, to be, I appreciate you, that it's down in there, okay? It's down in there. You just got to tap into it. And the moment that you tap into it, the moment that you really start loving on yourself, taking care of yourself, I promise you, that comeback will be bigger and better. It will be, man, it'll be something that'll blow your mind. I'm just begging you to give you a chance this morning. I'm begging you to give you a chance this morning. Give yourself a chance to live in peace, to live in love, to experience joy, to experience what it's like to have a full life. That's all I'm asking you to do. That's all I'm asking you to do. Thank you so much, Shay Shay. Give yourself a chance. Everybody deserves a chance. Give yourself a chance. Give you a chance. And it's heartbreaking, because most of the time people that go through this are people who have big hearts. Most of the people that actually go through abusive relationships where they're being controlled and manipulated and abused in all types of ways, whether it's physical, mental, or verbal, it's always people who have genuinely really good hearts. These are soft people. These are very gentle people that experience this. This is the people that they choose. Understand me. These are the people that actually go through this, whether you know it or not. These are the people that actually go through this type of stuff. And they go through it because they're taught how to love, but never taught how to stop. They're taught how to love, but they're not taught how to stop. They're not taught any type of boundaries. When you are a good person with a good heart, you have to have strong boundaries. When you are a gentle person, you have to have strong boundaries, because people prey on these type of people. And what happens is they come out and they have these big old hearts and they're ready to love the world and they got so much to give to everybody, and then they turn them cold. They turn them bitter. Understand me? They turn them cold and they turn them bitter. They turn them guarded. Understand me? They turn them hard-hearted. They turn these beautiful people into these people, and then before you know it, everybody is hard-hearted and divided, and that's exactly what the enemy wants. The division, the hard-heartedness, the guardedness. That's what he wants. But we speak against that this morning. Yeah, you're going to love again. You will love again. You will love again. You will experience love. You will experience healthy love. You will experience great peace. You will experience joy. Understand me? Yes, overflowing joy. Peace that flows. You will love again. You will. And this time when you do it, it'll be bigger and better, because the information that you have now is completely different, right? It's completely different. This is a whole nother ball game. All right, so number one, in spiritual isolation. Double tap on my screen. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all love, right? About to get choked on my what? Number one is God wants your primary focus to be on him. Well, number one reason of why God will pull you into that spiritual isolation is because God wants your primary focus to be on him. Number two, I gave you guys was God will pull you into a spiritual isolation because he wants to protect you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Tara. Appreciate you. He wants to protect you. You have to understand that God has the ability to see what we don't see. God has the ability, right? And the knowledge. He's all knowing. He's all powerful. So he sees things that we don't see. He has profound insight. So a lot of things that we think that we want, he's like, hey, no, you think that you want that. I know the damage that would actually bring to you. So I won't give that to you. I won't allow that to come to you because I know exactly what that would do if you get entangled with that, right? So he'll block certain things or not allow certain things because of your own protection, right? Number three was he's growing your character, which is what we talked about yesterday, right? God is growing your character because as a believer in Christ, right, we have to understand, he says what? These things, it builds perseverance, right? So he says, count it all joy when you're going through different trials or many kind, when you're experiencing difficulties in your life, when things are happening in your life. He says, hey, count that all joy. I want you to be happy even in those moments because what's happening in those moments is I'm building your perseverance. I'm building your strength. I'm giving you more hands-on experience in certain things. And we all know ain't nothing like hands-on experience. When you have been through a certain thing, experienced a certain thing on a certain level, you have experience in that when other people go through it, they fall. When you go through it, baby, I got this. I did this before. You know what I'm saying? Your awareness, your confidence in that thing is completely different. So he's growing our character. He lets us know every single time. He say, hey, look, you're going to experience hurt. You're going to experience pain. This is not a soft journey. This is not a demure type of journey. I need for you to know that this ain't soft and this ain't demure. There's going to be some times when you're going to struggle. It's going to be sometimes when you're going to cry. It's going to be sometimes when people are going to go outside of their way. They're going to lie on you. They're going to lie to you. They're going to persecute you. They're going to come at you in a way that you don't even deserve. And what I need for you to do is keep your head up and your chest out. Understand me, because it's all a distraction. The enemy is going to do everything in his power, right, to try to distract you, to try to pull you out of alignment. The enemy is going to go outside of his way to do whatever he can possibly do to get you to abort your mission. This is what his job is. This is what he wants to do. So I need you to remain focused. I need you to be locked in, right? So the third thing is he's growing our character. And the scripture that I gave you guys was John 16:33. And in that scripture it says, things I have spoken unto you, that is, you might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulations, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. The ending of that scripture is where we find most of our peace at, right? It's empowering to know that God has already overcome this world. In other words, he's saying, hey, look, I've already been there, done that. I've already beat out this world. So I need for you to know is as long as you are in alliance with me, that this thing is fixed. I know when to jump. I know when to bob. I know when to weave. I know when to duck. I know when to hop over it. And the illustration that I gave you guys yesterday was the boys with the video games. The video game is only exciting when they have not beat the game out, right? So as long as the game is challenging to them, they love the game. But by the time they beat the game, then what we do as mothers, we go in there and that little bin that sits beside the TV, that's all the games that they've already beat out. You done spent all of that money, worked all that overtime to make sure that that baby got that game. And once he beat the game, he don't want to play the game anymore. It loses value because it's no longer challenging. It loses value value because it's no longer exciting. It loses value because he already know how to do it. That's how Jesus looked at this world. He says, I've already conquered this world. I know everything about this world. So when you get an alliance with me, then you're going to lose interest in the things of this world because you're going to realize that this world don't have the power that they tricked you into thinking that they have. Uh-oh. Yeah, you thinking that it's not as powerful as you think that it is, right? He says, yeah, you're going to lose interest in the things of this world because you're going to realize that this world, what you thought was valuable is really not valuable, that it was just all smoke and mirrors. Yeah, you thought that was important. The more that you grow and evolve in me, you're going to realize that ain't important at all. Understand me, you thought that was something that you needed. And the more that you grow, the more that you evolve, you realize that you never even really needed that. That right there was all a facade. You realize that it's all an illusion. It's not about this world, but it's the world. It's the dimension that happens after this world that honestly is the one that really matters. Understand me? Because when you leave from here, you can't take none of it with you. No matter how big your bank account is, no matter what type of car you drive, no matter what mansion that you live in, none of that will go where you're going. Understand me? He says, so now I don't need you to be connected to anything that's here. I don't need you to be so caught up in anything that is here. It's the small things that matter. It's the things that money cannot buy. Those are the things that matter the most. Understand me? So you have been finessed, you have been bamboozled, you have been hoodwinked and deceived to be so connected and so invested in things that have absolutely no power. Yes. The world have tricked you into thinking that it has power that it doesn't have. It don't have it. Number 4. Are you guys ready for number 4? I told you it was 5 components into isolation. 5 components in isolation. I'm ready to go to number 4. Yeah, no power. I like how y'all put no power. Okay, no power and no value. Come on. Come on. You know how to take a note over there. Double tap on my screen. You've been finesse, right? All right, so now I want to get into number 4. It says number 4 is highlighted. He's trying to realign your heart. Another reason as to why God will pull you into a spiritual isolation is God is realigning your heart. Number four, when God pulls you into a spiritual isolation, he's realigning your heart. Right? So number 1 reason for spiritual isolation was he wants your primary focus to be on him. Number 2, he's protecting you from something. Number 3, he's growing your character. And now we're on number 4. He's trying to realign your heart. He's trying to realign your heart. It's like, wait a minute, you didn't got too far ahead of yourself. Hey, come here. Because you over there you're doing a little bit too much. You didn't got so comfortable in what it is that you're doing that you don't even realize that you didn't start shifting, going the wrong way. Even though you love me, and come on, I want to be real with you. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I can tell you right now, I'm gonna go to 10 o'clock. I'm already taking my extra 30 minutes. I'm going to 10, right? So I need you, but hear me when I say this. The thing about it is, it's right here. God is realigning your heart because sometimes on our spiritual journey, we get so wrapped up in what it is that we're doing and how we're moving. We don't even realize that we've stepped out of alignment. We don't even realize that we just started leaning more into ourselves and become a little bit cocky or a little bit arrogant in our ways. And it's not even that we're cocky within us, right? It's not even that we're cocky in us. It's that we're cocky in him. We're cocky in the fact that, yeah, it's confidence, but sometimes it's borderline. It's on that thin line, right? It's on that line going like this right here. And God is like, hey, look, I got to reel you back in because I tell you what, if you keep going the way that you're going, you may step out there. And when you step out there, then you're not in my will. So I got to realign your heart like it's doing a little this right here because you think about in your car. Before, your your car is completely out of alignment, it'll start to shake a little bit, right? It'll start to do this right here a little bit. So you'll be driving, right? When it's perfectly aligned, you can take your hands off the steering wheel, right? You can take your hands all the way off the steering wheel. And when you take it off the steering wheel, it'll continue to go straight ahead, right? It'll continue to go straight ahead because it's in perfect alignment. Watch this, Tia. It'll be in perfect alignment. So the car will continue to go straight just like how it is. But when it starts to need an alignment because you have driven it so long, you've been on the road, you've been here and there, right? This is the same with your spiritual journey, because every now and again you need a tune up. Every now and again you need a realignment because you've been driving it. So it's wear and tear on those joints in there, right? It's wear and tear on those parts. So what happens is you have to take it back to the shop. And when you take it to the shop, they file it out. And when they file it out, they get everything put back into the grooves the way that they need to, so that the car will continue to go. It's the same thing on your spiritual journey. Same thing on your spiritual journey. Sometimes God had to pull you in so that he can realign your heart, because I've been covering you, I've been protecting you, and I've been making sure you're good. But see, yeah, you still got some shaky ways about you. You still got some stuff that, yeah, you got some shakiness that's coming along with you, and I need to get them shakes out. I need to get them shakes out. I love you, and I know that you're a man after my own heart, and I know that you desire to do the right thing and all of that, but you still got some going on in there, and I have to realign that. I got to readjust that. I got to put that in its place. Thank you so much, Neek. I appreciate you, right? So yeah, that's just the truth. That's the truth about it. All of us are not on the straight and straight. All of us, yeah, sometimes some of us, we going over and we hitting the side of the roadway, be like, you know how you hit them little things? I hit them all the time when I'm driving now, so I can tell you how it sounds. And you know, it's in that moment, right? I ain't never told nobody I was a perfect driver. I drive well enough to get where I'm going, though. But them lights that's in the road, I eat them up. You would think, when I'm driving, you would think it's Pac-Man, okay? I eat some up. And I know that I'm not supposed to hit them, but sometimes I end up over there. Don't know how I end up over there, but I end up over there, right? But I don't have no wrecks. I just end up, I don't know. I be looking ahead too. I be looking straight ahead and still be doing it. I don't know, y'all. I'm just not the best at it. I'm not the best at it, but I do enough to get where we going. Okay, leave it alone. But I'm telling you, on our spiritual journey, sometimes we hitting them lights in the road. Sometimes we hit them lights in the road. Sometimes we hit that side of the road that got them little lines that sound off to let you know, hey, you out of the lane, get back in there. You out of the lane, get back in there. But when you're on your spiritual journey, right? If you got one of these newer models of cars, they got this built-in thing in it. Y'all stop laughing at me. Stop laughing. Come on now. I was being transparent. Don't know, ain't that right, Neek? I was being transparent. Don't be over here judging me, right? If you got one of these newer model cars, they got this thing built in it, right? So whenever you get ready to go out of alignment, the car readjusts itself, put you back in the lane. Whenever you in a lane, it's almost the car is watching, the sensor, the car is watching the road for you. So whenever you are going out, it pulls you back in. It snatches the steering wheel for you to get you right back in alignment. That's what your spirit of discernment does. Your spirit of discernment is always going to influence you to do the right thing, but it also corrects you when you're doing the wrong. So the more that you're working hand in hand, that spirit of discernment is right there. And it's saying, hey, look, pay attention. Pay attention to this road. So you locked in. But the moment that you slide out, it snatches you back into position. And when it snatches you, if you got one of those sensors on your car, it grabs your attention just like that. It corrects your attention just like that. Just like that. You wake up, you snap out of it. That's what it's like having an active spirit of discernment. When you're locked in with Christ the way that you're supposed to be, he's not going to let you get so far gone that you actually end up in another lane. He's not going to let you get so far gone that you over there, all the way out there on the side of the road about to go off the cliff. Understand me, that spirit of discernment is going to check you right there where you are. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, you will start craving isolation. You will start craving some time where it can be just you and God for a while. You will start fasting from the world and saying that if it's not my spiritual group, if it's not Bible study, if it's not church on Sunday, if it's not something that's in alignment with my assignment, then I'm going to have to take a break from it. As much as I love y'all, I need my tribe right now. I need to be poured into. I need to be prayed over. I need some folk to join in a fast with me. I need some little study group happening. That's what I need right now. I need to be replenished because I'm finding myself. Sometimes it's as simple as thoughts. I'm having some thoughts that I should not be having. All of a sudden, I haven't been over here craving this in a while. And then now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, now I want to go and try that again. Now I want to be a part of that again. And I ain't done that in months. That's nothing but the enemy. Understand me? Trying to distract you. That's nothing but the enemy. Trying to pull you out of alignment. That's nothing but the enemy. You ain't missed nobody all this time. And then all of a sudden now, you sitting at your job, minding your business, doing your work. And that individual then popped into your mind. And you like, wow, where that person came from? We ain't talked in months. We ain't talked in months. I've been doing my own thing. They've been doing their own thing. Oh, what happened? Because like I said at the beginning of this video, you have to be careful of the forms that the enemy is going to show up in. Sometimes you won't even see that individual. You will see somebody that's connected to that individual. And because you seen that person that's connected to that individual, now that individual is in the front part of your mind. That was just the enemy. Understand me? That was just the enemy. That's how he comes in many different forms. And now here he come tip-topping, or here she come tiptoeing up and through there, whatever. You looking like what? And now you sitting in your alone time, your quiet time, right? And now that person is on your mind. That's how the enemy operates in many different forms. This is why it's important that we are attentive in our lives, that we peep things, that we are aware. I'm talking tip-top awareness. You can't afford in this season right now to be ignorant, okay? And I ain't saying that to be funny or to hurt nobody's feelings or whatnot. Yeah, I know some of y'all like, wait a minute, get out of my house real quick. Get out of my house. You've been in my house all morning. God, dog. Feet kicked up on my coffee table, standing up in there, scraping up all my pans in there. You in there, my pots and my pans. Get out my stuff. Get out my stuff. The thing about it is, you can't afford to be ignorant. You are not in a season of life right now where you can afford to be ignorant, sweetheart. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to develop a strong prayer life. You're going to have to develop a strong fasting life. You're going to have to get into a tribe, a community of people, understand me, that's growing, that's evolving. Because if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss the shift. There's a shift that's happening right now in this world, a spiritual shift. I want you guys to know that things are not moving the way that they used to move. Things are not happening the way that they used to be happening. Understand me, we are living in a totally different world. Understand, this is not the same world. I want you to know that we're living in a totally different world where the enemy is real bold right now. I just want to be real, which why are you taking me out the door right now? I'm trying to stay on my own topic right here. Well, listen here. I want you to, the enemy is bold. The enemy is so bold right now that just as many believers as is on social media, there's also non-believers. And there's people up and down that want to speak against everything that's being taught on a regular basis. Understand me, you got people that'll pop out and they want to go word for word, but understand me, scripture for scripture of reason why you should not believe, why you should not pray, why you should not do this and you should not do that. Understand me, the enemy is very much bold. And if you don't have that for it is written in you, if you don't have nothing in you, then they ain't gonna hesitate to turn you every which way but loose. Hear me when I tell you, waiting on the opportunity. What did he tell him? He said, hey, come here. I want you to know this. Let me be real with you. Let me be real with you. Let me look you eyeball to eyeball. Let me tell you what the enemy's desire for your life is. He desires to sift you like wheat. The enemy is bold. Understand me. He cannot wait to ruin you. He cannot wait to destroy you. He cannot wait, understand me, to dismantle your very being. Don't ever get it twisted. Understand me. Don't ever think that it's cute to be laid up with the opposition. Don't ever think that it's cute to be laid up with somebody that you already know is not good for you. Don't ever think that that's cute to do because it's in there. Samson did the same exact thing with Delilah. Understand me, he played a nasty game. Understand me, he played a very, okay. All I'm saying is he played a nasty game. The enemy is bold at what it is that he's doing right now in this earth. Understand me. He's very bold. We didn't say he was powerful, but I said he was bold. He's bold and he's skillful. He's skillful, he's cunning, he's very charismatic. Understand me, all of this. And his power is deception. The enemy's power is deception. That's his power. He has the power, the ability to deceive, to finesse, to bamboozle, to trick you. This is what he does, right? And deception happens how? By taking a small piece of truth and enwebbing it, entangling it with a bunch of lies. Because people who hear truth holds on to the truth. They see the truth, they hear the truth, they are awakened by the truth. But you have to be smart enough to know that that's true, but the rest of it lies. But most people are not able to determine that because they haven't done the studying, so they're not as aware as they should be. So they hold on to that small, teeny piece of the truth, not understanding the damage that the lies is going to do to them. It's almost like when the fishermen take the bait and put it on the hook and throw it in the water. If the fish is hungry, all it sees is the bait. It never sees the hook or the wire. Wow. Drink it in. That's how the enemy works. That's how you see, I had to take a break, Lily. I had to stop. Because that ain't, I'm trying to do, he's trying to align you. We just getting fresh off the press. I can't control what we get. You know what I'm saying? I can't control what we get, y'all. I'm trying my hardest to give y'all number 4. I promise y'all that I am, but the energy is so real around me right now. And now, the energy is so real around me right now, and I'm trying to get there. But I need for you. I have to tell you the right thing. I have to give you what's given to me, because if I don't give you how it's given to me, then I'm held accountable for that, right? So you have to be patient. I know some of y'all like work on that. I need to get that, but you have to be patient. This is not, this right here. We don't do performance, right? Then we don't do performance here. This is ministry. So sometimes you have to pause for a second, okay? So let's take our time with it and understand what's happening in this moment, okay? This is how the enemy deceives us. So you take the hook and you put the bait on the hook, and when the fish is hungry, he only sees the bait. We only see the small piece of truth. We don't see the hook, and we don't see the wire. And we don't realize the damage that's going to happen by taking that bait. The enemy's job is to deceive you. Because once he deceives you, he has you hooked. And once he has you hooked, he spins the knob. And when he spins the knob, he pulls you in. And when he pulls you in, he puts you in this big white bucket. And when he puts you in that bucket, because you are a fish, you slowly suffocate. Because you are out of your element. You're out of the water. It's not an instant thing. You lose it slowly in the bucket. You watch the gills go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, until it stops. That's how the enemy destroys your life. That's how the enemy does it slow and steady. Patiently, sitting by the river, throwing his rod and waiting on one of us to take the bait. Waiting on one of us to take the bait. Turn it. Pull you up. Sling you in. This is why your awareness is so important. This is why you being attentive is so important. This is why you being wise. This is why it's so important. Because when you are wise, when you are knowledgeable, you don't just see the worm. God exposes you to the hook. God exposes you to the wire. So you see a worm, something that you want, but you see the consequences of you actually going after it. To everybody else that's swimming around in that school of fish, to everybody else, they might be running to it. But here you are, because of your spirit of discernment that influences you to do the right thing, because your spirit of discernment, your awareness, it lets you see not just the worm, right? Because it gives you the ability to see not just what's on it, but what's in it. You see a worm, but you also see the hook that's threaded through the worm as well. You see the worm, but you see the hook that's threaded through it as well. So you say, hey, nah, I ain't going over there. I already know what I know the consequences of that. If you go after that piece of worm right there, what's going to happen is you're going to get caught on that hook and you're going into that bucket. Your awareness is so different, and that's what the enemy, that's how the enemy gets us. He gets us by doing what things that we want. A fish want a worm, right? So he knows your desires. The enemy knows your desire. He knows your weaknesses. He knows exactly what's going to look good to you. Understand me? It looks so good and so scrumptious to you that you swimming over. No, baby. That, yeah, it look good, but it ain't good. Deception. His power is deception. So in that school of fish, right? In that school that we in, big old school of fish, every fish that's in that school has what? Every school, you a fish, we all a fish, we in the ocean. We all have a divine right of choice. Are you gonna bite the bait or not? Are you gonna bite the bait or not? This is why your divine right of choice is so important. Because your divine right of choice is going to determine whether or not you end up on that hook or not. Your divine right of choice is going to determine whether you end up on that hook or not. That's why it's so important. So we owe it to ourselves every single day, right? To make sure that we are acting out of wisdom, because wisdom is going to be the only thing that's going to bring us that success. If you act out of your emotions, it's going to cost you. And it's going to cost you every single time. Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot. But acting out of your emotions is always going to cost you. This is why we teach that being an emotionally driven person is a liability. Right? It's a liability. They're not just to themselves, but an emotionally driven person is a liability to everybody that is around them, everybody that is connected to them. When a person acts out of character just because they mad, when a person acts out of character just because they sad, when a person acts out of character because of their emotional state, I gotta step back away from you. I work too hard on the person that I am to allow me to become a casualty to your emotional state. I work too hard on the person that I am to become a casualty to your emotional state. Only wisdom can show you that. Only wisdom can make you think and see things on that level. When you're operating with wisdom, right? When you're operating on with wisdom, you process things completely different, right? And this type of wisdom only comes with this process of isolation. You learn these things throughout your isolation stage. You learn how to stand on your own. You learn who you are and who you are and whose you are when you're in isolation. When you're going through a spiritual isolation, you learn how to stand on your own, how to be who you are, and understand me unapologetically you, and it doesn't matter whether or not you're connected to anybody. Understand me, this is what spiritual isolation does. It builds your self-confidence within yourself. Spiritual isolation builds a character within inside of you that's not codependent on other people. You only get that type of strength when you've experienced time by yourself, right? Most people who have never been by themselves, never experienced what it was to live by themselves, never experienced what it was to be single for a while, to really deal with themselves for a while. These people tend to be very much codependent because they've never been alone. They never experienced what it was like to actually be alone. So one of their greatest fears is them actually being by themselves. So they don't like to be by themselves because they have a fear of that because they've never experienced that. Some of the strongest people, right, to ever be with is people who have had an extensive amount of time of being single, who have lived by themselves before, who have done their own thing before, because those type of people, they have zero tolerance for BS. When you have been by yourself and know how to live by yourself, how to go eat by yourself, go to the movies by yourself, take trips by yourself, and you don't really need the company of anybody else, you are cool with being by yourself, people deem you as being too independent or too headstrong or too much because they're not used to people not being codependent on them. They're not used to people not ringing their phone all day long. They're not used to people that don't have to text all day long. They're not used to people that don't have to FaceTime them all day long. They're not used to people that don't have to be up in their face all day long. Baby, I can be by myself and I still love you, but I'm over here busy living my own life. I'm over here reading. I'm over here studying. I got other stuff going on. Child, listen, you important in my life, but you ain't the only important thing I got in my life. They not used to them type of folk. Spiritual isolation, when it pulls you over there by yourself, it helps build your self-esteem and your confidence in who you are. It builds who you are without you being connected to anybody else. And this is the reason why the enemy works so hard at trying to keep you codependent. Because he knows that, hey, wait a minute. The way you operate by yourself, I can't let that happen. You too, wait a minute. You just get up and go, yeah. TTG, baby, train to go. Out the door, already. And it doesn't matter who's coming with me, I'm still going. How the old people say, I'm going to go if I have to go. Even if I have to go by myself. Hello. Understood that from the door. Understood that from the door. Double tap on my screen real quick. Can we get up to 1,500 on the stars real quick? We got 1,253. Let's get up to 1,500 on them stars. Can I get 5 badges, IG? It's tight, but it's right. Double tap on that screen. TikTok, y'all done passed y'all goal. Y'all going for 300 today? It looked like y'all going for 300. 300K, because right now y'all got 226.5. Double tap on my screen. It looked like y'all going for 300. It's going to be another 300K day, because yesterday y'all did 300K smoothly too. Y'all played no games. She says, oh, well, double tap on that screen. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Thank you so much, Takesha. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all help Takesha out over there. Takesha over there working it today. Appreciate you so much, man. Y'all double tap on that screen. Let's get into it. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate you. I appreciate them stars coming, man. That CA is your favorite speaker. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Is it Franco? I appreciate you so much, man. Y'all double tap on that screen. He's trying to realign your heart. How many times do we fight God tooth and nail over things we've decided we want in our life? How many times have we gone back and forth with God over and over again about things that we want in our life, things that we want in our life? And God will sometimes use isolation to realign our hearts to be in aligned with his desires and not our own. Sometimes we will go out. Crystal Marie, thank you so much, love. Sometimes we We're fighting God tooth and nail because we want what we want. And he's saying, hey, look, this is no longer about your desires. This right here, it has to be in alignment with mine. The assignment that I have over your life. This is why you have to decrease so that I can increase inside of your life. This is no longer about you. Understand me. Why? Because the enemy will take your desires and he will mislead you with your desires. Right? The enemy will take those things that you want. The enemy controls you with your desires. That's why we have to shut all that out. That's why we have to remove all of that. That's why Paul says, listen, I have to lay my flesh down daily. Daily. I have to bring this under submission. I gotta lay this down daily because it's another thing that's going to work over here. But I know the law that I'm supposed to follow. You have to be willing to decrease daily and allow God to increase in your life daily. Sometimes we going back and forth about what we want. He says, listen, let me realign you real quick. Let me remind you real quick that this is not about your will. It's about mine. Understand me. When you surrendered it to me, when you told me that I could lead, when you told me that you were willing to follow, when you bowed your head and opened your heart and you gave me everything, now this thing is on me. And all I need you to do is trust my leadership. All I need you to do is follow my lead. That's it. That's all. And if you follow my lead, I promise you, we are going to be successful. If you just follow my lead, I promise you, I'm going to take you all the way there from the bottom of the table. I appreciate you. Appreciate you so much for that, CA. I'm going to take you all the way to the finish line, but you have to be willing to follow my lead. It says God sometimes will isolate to realign our hearts to be in line with his desires and not our own. If we are walking contrary to God's will, he may push you to such a low point that the only place to look is up at him. If you are walking contrary to God's will, he may push you to such a low point that the only place to look up at is to him. We're talking about alignment. Majority of the time that you don't go into, we're talking about having realignment, God, right? He puts you in spiritual isolation to realign your heart. Sometimes when you go into spiritual isolation, you feel like you've plateaued. You feel like you plateaued. You feel like I'm at a place where I'm stuck. I feel like I'm at the place where I'm down bad. I'm so down bad. And God is saying, yeah, you are really down bad because, listen, I need for you to see what it is that you're doing. Thank you, Krista Marie. It's like, hey, hey, you see how as soon as things got bad, you got back over here with me? You see, as soon as things got bad, you see how all of a sudden you ready to pray? You ready to fast? You ain't prayed like this in a long time. You ain't worshiped like this in a long time. You ain't studied like this in a long time. You had to get all the way to your lowest point. You had to lose every single thing for you to get back over here and get in alignment. You talking about you ain't never been in this much pain. Yeah, you ain't never been in this much prayer either. The pain that you're experiencing right now is the only reason why you're in this much prayer. The heartache that you're dealing with. Thank you so much, Christina. I appreciate you for that, CA. The only reason why you in prayer the way that you is right now, baby, you in this much prayer because you in that much pain. Understand me? You over here and you in that much worship because you done hit the rock bottom. You over there right now and you stuck the way that you stuck. And you know, like I know, the only way for you to get up out of that is for you to look up. Listen, for you to look up. And now you looking at me and I'm saying to you, let me realign your heart. You looking up at me, I'm looking down at you and I'm telling you, let me realign your heart. That spiritual isolation is sometimes in a moment where God is like, I have to readjust you. I have to realign you. I got to get you back in position because now you're running contrary to my will. Now you're fulfilling your own desires and not mine. You're going the way you want to go and not the way that I'm instructing you to go. Understand me? I need you to get back in position. You're trying to tiptoe around the front. And I'm telling you that if you go in the front, then what's going to happen? I'm in the front for a reason. I'm catching everything that's coming towards you. I'm in the front for a reason because I'm protecting you from everything that's coming towards you. I'm in the front for a reason because I'm making your crooked path straight. If you're walking in front of me, how can I straighten the path for you? If you're walking in front of me, how can I protect you? If you're walking in front of me, then you're walking head on into the opposition. I'm trying to protect you and you're making it hard for me to do what I need to do. So I have to sit you all the way down so I can readjust you. Double tap on the screen. Sometimes we have to go through a readjustment. Let's be real. Sometimes we have to be readjusted. Sometimes we have to get our stuff together, and it's okay. Ain't nobody on here perfect. Ain't nobody on here perfect. Nobody on here is perfect. It's all of us going to experience a time in our life where we're going to have to be readjusted. All of us are going to experience a time in our life where God is going to have to do something in our life, right, to get us back on course. It's okay. Understand me. This is why we got grace. This is why grace is in effect, because sometimes you'll go this way and not even know that that's what you're doing. Sometimes you'll be so far into whatever it is that you're doing, you don't even realize that you're doing what you're doing. Thank you so much, Janice Carter. I appreciate that, CA, cuz. Thank you. I want you to know that sometimes you'll be so far in it, you don't even know that you're doing what you're doing, right? And so that's why when you start to feel that tug in your spirit for that spiritual isolation, that's God's way of saying, hey, look, let me adjust you real quick. Let me fine tune your spiritual journey for you real quick. Let me make sure that you're not going your way, that you're going the way that I want you to go real quick. And it's okay. Don't ever feel ashamed. Don't ever feel embarrassed. Don't ever feel like you are less of a Christian, because sometimes you need a readjustment. All of us needed that, including David. If we was to think about David for a moment, right? David had been anointed since he had been a baby boy. Since he had been a boy out there herding the sheep. He was what? He was anointed. David was already told that he was going to be king. But just because David was anointed to be king and he had this going on since he'd been a baby, guess what? David still made plenty of mistakes. David still did some things that he ain't had no business doing, right? He still did some stuff that he ain't had no business doing. And he knew that already, right? And so when Naaman came out there and he talking to him and he's explaining to him about this imaginary person, David was so wrapped up in his own ways and things that he was doing that he did not even realize that Naaman was explaining to him. Understand me, David was mad. He was disgusted at everything that Naaman was saying. Naaman was telling him all of these things, and David looked at him and said, this man that you speak about, we got to hold him accountable. This man that you speak about, we got to really know. I can't believe that this is happening. This man that you speak about, we got to lay this man down. We got to do this. We got to do that. And Naaman looked at David and said, that man that I'm telling you about, that's you. You out of line. And God loves you so much that he needs you to get in position. He needs to realign your heart. He needs to readjust you. Because even though you've done the unthinkable, he still loves you. He still loves you. He still got grace for you. You're one of his strongest soldiers. Understand me. And that's what I need for you guys to know. That even though you done made some mistakes, that you done lived in a way that you may feel like, thank you so much, Chef Shirley, that you think like, man, there's no coming back from this. The devil is a lie. He got grace for you. He has mercy for you. He has forgiveness for you. Understand me. There's still room. There's still time in this place right now today for you to readjust your life, for you to get back into position. Don't allow the enemy to trick you into thinking that it's too late, that it's over for you. It doesn't matter what you done before. David had done the unthinkable. David had did more than most of us right now today. Understand me. He had crossed lines that somebody like him, he should have never crossed. He had did things that somebody like him should have never done, and God still forgave him. So the same way that David got forgiven, you too can also be forgiven. The same grace that saved David is the same grace that's still there, that's willing to save and protect you as well. Understand me. You can still be forgiven. You can still be put into position. You just have to be willing to be readjusted. You just got to be willing to be readjusted. Cynthia Pierre, thank you so much. You have to be willing to be readjusted. You can't be out here playing like Samson. Samson knew exactly what he was dealing with when he was dealing with Delilah. You ain't got time to be laying up with the op, knowing that the op is the op. Because I want you to know that you will pay for that. You will have to suffer the consequences of that. Understand me. When Samson laid with Delilah, he knew that Delilah was the opposition. He knew he laid with Delilah, knowing that Delilah, her main goal, her motive was to find his weakness so that she would be able to destroy him. Understand me. He knew this. He was very much aware of this. He toyed with the opposition and toyed with the opposition and toyed with the opposition until she got him. And the consequences were severe. Don't keep playing with the op and dare think that they won't get you. Don't keep playing with it. Don't keep running back to it. Don't keep 1 foot in, 1 foot out it until it actually gets you. Because it will. Because it will. Ask Samson. Because it will. It's all fun and games until it's not. He took it as a joke. He laughed and he played and he toyed with it like it was a joke. It's all fun and games until it's not. And some of us, we toy with our spiritual journey the same way that Samson toyed. We know it's wrong, but we feel like we got it like that. We know it's not in alignment, but we feel like we got it like that. Oh, we got grace. Oh, we got mercy. Oh, yeah. So we keep playing and we keep doing. And then one day it catches up with us. And it was all fun and games until now it's not. Same thing with David, going back to David. God forgave him, continued to use him. But because of what he done, he still lost his child. He still lost his child. Said the baby ain't gonna, Naaman stood there and told me, said, but the baby not gonna make it, David. You're gonna lose that child. David prayed, laid out there in the dirt and begged. For every action, there's a reaction. This is why your divine right of choice is so important. Because you have to pay for your decision making. When you decide to put yourself in these situations, you're going to have to pay for those things. You're going to have to deal with whatever decisions that you make in life. This is why it's so important that when you're dealing with things and making these decisions with your life, you do it with a sober mind. You do it with seeing it from all angles, because you need to see how it's going to affect you. You need to see what it's going to bring to your life. This is why it's so important. This is why this is not something that you can afford to play around with, right? And it says, God may bring you to a place of utter dependence to show you that you need him above all else, and he is the only one you truly need. God will bring you into a place of isolation to realign your heart, right? So he will bring you to a place, to that lowest place, to show you that can't nobody get you out of what you're in. Can't nobody free you from what it is that you're in like I can right now. Thank you so much, Chef Shirley. I appreciate you. God will put you in that place and you like, the only person that can help me is him. The only person that can free me is him. The only one that can bring this breakthrough for me is him. The only way I'm going to get out of this is if God brings me out of this. God will put you in that place of isolation so that you can bring reverence to him. Can't nobody save you but me. And this is what you learn in that moment, right? In that moment, for whom the Lord loveth, he chastens and scorns every son whom he's received. That's Hebrews 12:6. You have to know that, yes, when God brings you into that place of isolation where he's realigning your heart, there's going to be sometimes you're not going to like it. It's going to be, you're not going to like what's happening. Like, because why you had to do me like that? Because you were so far out doing what you wanted to do, fulfilling your own desires, behaving in your own way. I had no other choice but to bring you back over here so that I can get you right. I had to humble you because you got so far ahead of yourself. You was out there doing everything that you wanted to do and none of what I instructed you to do. So I had to bring you back over here so that you can fully understand that, listen, this ain't about you. This ain't about you. This is about me. You are the tool, my instrument that I'm using to accomplish this thing. Get in alignment. Follow the assignment. Stop trying to finesse it. Stop trying to go around it. Stop trying to make it be what you want it to be. Go do what I told you to do. As a parent, that's what we get upset about. When we done told you to do something, and after we done told you to do something, you go over there and try to do it your way. And then when it fall all apart, then you come rushing back over here to us as the parent. And now you want us to fix it after we just told you not to even do that. We said don't do that because we already knew the damage that it was going to bring. Just imagine it. Just think about it from a parent standpoint, a auntie, uncle standpoint. You done told your nieces, you done told your nephews, you done told the ones that you love, don't do that, because if you do that, there's going to be consequences. If you do that, then something is going to be this, something is going. You done told them already. You done warned them left and right. You every time you done got off the phone with them, you done reminded them over and over all the reasons of why they should not do that, why that would not be the wise thing to do. You done told them this, you done told them that, you done broke it down to them and all of this and all of that, and they will not listen to save their life. They over there, they want to go their own way, and they go and do it, and when the bottom fall out of it, when all hell break loose with it, when everybody's coming at them left and right, and they trying to kill, oh, I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to fix it, and the first person that they run to is you. They want you to stop doing what you're doing to come over there and fix their life. They want you to stop doing what you're doing, come up off of your job, come over there and help them do this, help them do that. They need you to come running because I need help. Wait a minute, you need help fixing what I told you not to touch. You shouldn't even be in that situation. This should not even be a conversation that we having right now. Because I told you not to do that. I told you not to go there. I warned you about them folk. I let you know right there what you dealing with. And if you a real mama, what you gonna say next? Now you go, yeah, oh no. Now you got to suffer the consequences of it. Yes, I can do it, but I'm not gonna do it. You gonna suffer the consequences of your actions, because if I come and fix it, if I come and protect you from it, then it's guaranteed that you gonna do it all over again. So if they going down, you gonna sit on down right there with them. Whatever the consequences of it is, that's exactly what you gonna deal with too. No, I'm not coming. No, I'm not doing. No, I'm not. No. Don't call me. Go over there with them folk that you thought so highly of. I told you not to do it, and you put them folks over me. You chose what they told you to do over me. Now let's see how they help you out. Let's see how they come through for you. Let's see how they deliver on their promises. Y'all locked in, right? So yeah, now you step out the way. You fall all the way back, and you let the folk that they thought so highly of, you let them lean up. I'm going to lean back and let y'all lean forward. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to step out the way and see how it all work out. And then when they see that the people that they thought so highly of, they really not there, then all of a sudden when it's all said and done, Mom, I'm sorry. Mom, yeah. Damn, I learned the hard way. Don't make my friends. I learned the hard way. And no. I'm just going, yeah. What you want me to do, Ma? How you want me to do it, Ma? Where you want me to go, Ma? Oh, yeah. For every action, there's going to be a reaction. In the same way you feel like that about your children and how when they disrespect you and they're not obedient to you and they're not following through with things, that's the same experience that God has with us on a regular basis. He's like, hey, look, we didn't even have to be dealing with this. We didn't even have to be going through this. This didn't even have to be a part of your life right now. Had you simply listened. Had you simply listened, this wouldn't even be nothing that's happening. Spiritual isolation, it brings you into realignment. Number one, spiritual isolation, because God wants your primary focus to be on Him. Number 2, he's protecting you. Number 3, he's growing your character for the future. Number 4, he's trying to realign your heart. And we'll get into number 5 on tomorrow. We're right at that 10 o'clock mark. I don't like to hold y'all past that 10 o'clock. I absolutely love each and every one of you guys. We're going to go to that 5th one on tomorrow. I told y'all that this spiritual stages of transformation, the spiritual stages of transformation, it's going to be deep. We got a lot of stuff that we got to unpack. And this right here is just all in isolation. This is not even the other. We got so much. But just get ready, because as of right now, we've been taking at least 2 to 3 weeks on a series, and I'm cool with that. It's however God want to go about it. This is not my normal way of teaching. This ain't my normal way of doing anything here lately. I'm telling y'all, since my sister passed, my whole entire style of everything that I do is kind of like a whole nother way. So I am just spiritually adjusting to whatever it is that God is doing in my life right now. I don't know what we're doing, how we're doing it, what's going to take place from one place to another. I don't know. I am just simply following his lead. However it is that he give it to us, whatever it is that he brings us to, this is what it is. I have so many people that's like, yo, your style is so different. And I'm just telling you, I'm there every day. And I feel like I'm going to school. I feel like I'm back in school, like I'm studying. You know what I'm saying? I'm studying the Bible, like really studying the Bible, the way that you're giving the scriptures and then you're giving the notes. And then it's like, I've never had this much Bible notes in my life. And I'm over here. But somebody said, I done bought new notebooks. So like now when I used to give me a notebook and I'd had that notebook all year long, just, writing stuff in time. Now I got notebooks, right? I go and buy 2 of them at a time because I got notes on top of notes from when you on, and then when you off, I go back and I rewatch it, and I'm taking more notes on top of those notes. Listen, I promise y'all, I'm with y'all. I'm learning and growing right along with y'all. As you can tell from this morning's, I have notes and everything that be already prepared, and it's however God is going to go about it. So when y'all get new notes, I'm getting new notes as well. We getting it fresh off the press right there together. You know what I'm saying? We getting it fresh off the press right there together. She said, can you repeat the list? Yes, ma'am. Number 1, the first thing that we learned on Monday, I'm sorry. First thing that we talked about on Monday for this right here is your highlight should be the transformational stages. We did exposure, number 1. And then the second thing is going to be isolation. Up under isolation, what you should have is 1, God isolates us because he wants our primary focus to be on him. Number 2 reason of why he isolates us is to protect us. Number 3 reason of isolation, he's growing our character for the future. Number 4 reason of why he isolates us, he's trying to realign our hearts. And we will get into reason number 5 on tomorrow. So what's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. Y'all know we normally do our summary on Friday. We will get into note number 5 on Friday, but we will also go through exposure, right? Because some people wasn't here for exposure. So we'll run through exposure on a summary. We'll run through 1 through 4, and we will finish it up with 5. And then next week we will get into the rest of it, because I have so much more that I got to drop in here for you guys. I absolutely love each and every one of you guys. Facebook, can we get our 2K? We got 1,688. We need about 320 stars. Can we get 320 stars over there on Facebook? Double tap on the screen. IG, I need 3 badges. Can I get 3 badges on IG? Man, y'all have surpassed y'all goal. Y'all are at 320.1K on TikTok. Y'all did not play no games with your coach over here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys. Double tap on my screen. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because there's no love like self-love. And you first have got to love yourself way before you are able to love anybody else. Of course, it's your favorite online motivational speaker and life coach and future evangelist, right? It's your girl, Street Poet. I love you guys so much, man. I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing day. Y'all already know June the 27th through July the 1st, I will be the featured speaker in St. Lucia. That's right. They're taking me back out the country yet again. So So the women's retreat in St. Lucia, your girl, your favorite online motivational speaker and life coach, right, is your girl Street Poet. I will be the featured speaker out in St. Lucia. When I come back from St. Lucia, Atlanta, Georgia, July the 19th, I will be your featured speaker in Atlanta, Georgia, and that's going to be July the 19th. The tickets and everything are already on sale on that as well. The flyer is up on my Facebook page, so you guys make sure y'all go over there to grab y'all tickets. Click that barcode that's on that flyer, right, for Atlanta. Go ahead and grab y'all seats for that. That's July the 19th, right? And then August, I want y'all to go right into August. August the 30th, Brooklyn, New York. Y'all already know what time it is, man. And while we were on live this morning, I can't even play with y'all. I seen them. They were already buying tickets. Like, the tickets went on sale for all, and I haven't really been promoting it hard, right? But y'all already know it is the From Pain to Purpose empowerment event. The most informative empowerment event of 2025. Yes, I stand behind that. It's going to be going down August the 30th. I'm sorry. It's going to be going down August the 23rd. August the 23rd in Brooklyn, New York. Friend Melalicia said, I got my tickets. I know that's right, friend. Friends, I got my tickets. Hey, listen. August the 23rd, we are in Brooklyn, New York. The vendors are not playing no games. They already grabbing their tickets and their tables and locking it in already. So if you have not, that's going to be August the 23rd, Brooklyn, New York. July the 19th, it's going to be Atlanta, Georgia. June the 27th through July the 1st, it's going to be St. Lucia. You guys already know my installment is going to be August the 30th. That's what I was saying. That's going to be in Columbia, South Carolina. So all of my supporters, all the people that love me, that have been with me for years, everybody, I want to see you guys. I want to see you guys here in Columbia, South Carolina. That's going to be August the 30th. That flyer is up and circulating as well. I want you guys to come all and participate in that day with me, just to share that love. All of that is going to be an amazing time. So that's going to be Saturday, August the 30th in Columbia, South Carolina is my installment day, welcoming me into ministry. And that's going to be August the 30th. And I'm inviting everybody. I know we might be packed out, and that's okay, because we're gonna have us a whole revival. So if we got to swing open the doors, we're gonna swing up the doors. If we got to go outside a little bit, we're gonna be outside a little bit. It's gonna be what it need to be, though, right? So we want to make sure that everybody is there August the 30th. That's right here in Columbia, South Carolina, my installment service. I have personally invited people, my chosen family, my blood family, all of you guys, and my whole entire community, everybody that tune in every single day. I want to see everybody out there, right? So August the 23rd, we in Brooklyn, New York. August the 30th, we in Columbia, South Carolina. A big old happy birthday shout out to Chef Shirley. Today is Chef Shirley's birthday. So chosen family, you guys make sure y'all go and show Chef Shirley some love over there. That's my chef, man. She didn't start traveling with me. She did my retreat. You know what I'm saying? And she's coming back to do my next retreat. You know what I'm saying? And she coming to Columbia, South Carolina to make sure her coach get a cookout, because I want a cookout after my installment service. So yes, man, Chef Shirley is everywhere with me, and I absolutely love you guys. I love you girls so much, man. I want you to have an amazing birthday. You truly deserve it. Utilize this day to just do whatever it is that make your heart feel good. I absolutely love you, and I pray that God continue to bless you, to protect you, continue to guide you on your journey. Congratulations for a brand new year, a whole trip around the sun, and I pray that God gives you many more. Happy birthday to you. I love you guys, and we're gonna get up out of here. I'll see you guys at 12 for our 12 o'clock service. Anybody that's on TikTok or Instagram, if y'all can go help Facebook out, go help Facebook out. They got 1,788. We need a couple more stars over there on Facebook. Y'all go over there and help them out real quick so we can reach our 2K goal. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys